Welcome guys to the next installment in the beginner series. In the first video, we discussed what markets are and how one can trade them through brokers. In this video, we are going to discuss the very important aspect of understanding what's going on in each market, and that's through reading price charts. Now, each broker has their own charting stuff available, but we recommend to use TradingView as it's one of the best charting platforms out there in the industry. The tools available, the connections available is just amazing. So that's recommended, and it has a free option, so you don't really have to worry about the price either. Now, when you open TradingView, this is the first screen that's going to come up. You would go to these products and look at the chart. So let's see what we find out. The first chart that they open up is of Apple. Now that's not a surprise. Apple is one of the largest companies, so it's an easy one to start with. On this chart, you can see that on the y-axis here, you see the price of the stock, which is Apple in this case. And then on the x-axis down here, you see the time. This defines what the price of the stock was and at what time. On the right side of the screen, you see a watch list where right now you see stocks, futures, some currency markets, and just the prices you want to keep track of. You can obviously customize it based on your own needs. Each one of these drawings shows the price action of a day. Now, the reason it's a day is because we're on the daily time frame. You can obviously change it to 1 hour, 15 minutes, whatever you like. So each one of these drawings, which is called a candlestick, each one of these candlesticks gives you 4 data points. Where the price opened that day, what was the high of that day, what was the close of that day, and what was the low of that day. So on Friday, 3rd of Feb 2023, open price was 148.03. The high was 157.38. The low was 147.83. And price closed at 154.5. Now, if you have no idea where I read those numbers, those are on top of the screen right here. But those numbers change with each candle, which is why I kept it together. So each one of these candlesticks is telling the price action of an individual day by defining 4 important points: where price opened, where price closed, what were the high of the day and the low of the day. And that way we can have an idea of what Apple's stock price was doing all the way in this time frame from September to Feb to March. Right now, Apple is around $150, and that's what's showing here. If we change the time frame, if you go to an hourly chart, you would be seeing each one of these candles is defining the price action of 1 hour. All right. You want to change the time frame of all of this to New York time, so all of you guys have an idea of when the market is open and closed. So if you look at this candlesticks, it's showing the action on the March 3rd at 9:30 a.m. New York time. That's when the market opens. You will see the open, high, low, and close for each candlestick. So that's about it. I want to show on TradingView here. Now I'm going to move to my chart, because if you're using TradingView without having an account, they will probably have a pop-up soon asking you to join a free account. If you have any questions, we have 2 chats. One is Lost Souls here. You have any problems, any kind of questions, you just ask and I will respond. Or you have a new chat here, and that should be mostly basic questions about trading. Once you go to Trading Basics Price Action Pro, I will refer to the charts a lot more. This is why it's being introduced right away. All right, so let's come back to charting. So I have another TradingView here. I have the same Apple chart. I have my own watch list. You probably have seen in trading knowledge about trend lines and levels, indicators as well. Those will all be covered in the next video. We will be going through indicators, what kind of tools to draw. So something like this, I'll give you an example. If you have an important price level, you will draw a line here denoting it. I just took it out of nowhere, but if you go back in the chart, you will see this level acted as support in March of 2022, acted as resistance in June of 22, acted as support again, acted as support, acted as resistance, resistance all the way here, acted as support. So you can see that's a price level where price keeps reacting. And that's why those are the levels you want to denote with horizontal lines. But we'll go in depth about this in the next video. Let me clear out some trading lingo in the meantime. Right now, I just mentioned support and resistance. If you don't know what that means, it's very simple. It just means when there's a support and price comes to it, price should stay supported, aka it should not break below it. The name gives it all. When it's a resistance, so if price is coming from below and this price level is a resistance, it means price will find resistance to proceed here, aka it has a higher chance of getting rejected. That's why it's called a resistance. So the same level can be a support when price is coming from above and a resistance when price is coming from below, right? Simple enough. There's another trading lingo which we will use almost mindlessly, and that's why sometimes I forget that the beginners might not know, is called going long and going short. So what does going long mean? Going long means buying something in order to sell it later at a higher price, all right? Going short means selling something in order to buy it back at a lower price. Now, how can you sell something if you don't have it? You will borrow it from your broker, you will sell it, then you buy it back at a lower price and give it to your broker. That's what's called going short. Obviously, you don't have to know the technicalities or the details about it, but that's how this progresses. All right, I think that's enough for this video. In the next video, we look at the drawing tools, trend lines, horizontal lines, and all of those good things.